All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green and Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is to talk about the Eagle Eye show, where I, yours truly, talk about Arsenal transfer rumours and rumours generally surrounding the Arsenal. Now, first things first, let me go with the lead story today. So that will be the one that gets most of you guys interested, and that is Pierre Emerick Aubameyang. Well, the stories are to be believed. There is a belief that Man United have launched a £62 million bid for Pierre Emerick Aubameyang. Now, I have said before, and I will still say it again, I'm not necessarily against the idea of selling Aubameyang. I know, as crazy as that sounds, Golden Boot winner, yada, yada, yada. I know, I hear all the excuses. But I'm not necessarily against selling him. He's 30 years old. I don't know if he'll get better at this point. And I think if a good enough offer comes in for him, truth be told, I'd take 70 plus from any other team other than two. One of them is obviously Spurs, and the other is the only other top team we actually finished above last season, and that's United. Because over the years, we've sold these motherfuckers enough of our top players. You know, from Sanchez to RVP to... That shit, it needs to stop. Like, we're turning... If we were to do this, we would turn into a flipping feeder club for these guys. Now, how do I feel about this move? Like I say, for me, I think if it was any other club, I'd try and negotiate with them, try and squeeze a little bit more out of them. I think that if someone is prepared to go to 62 million, they'll be prepared to go to 70 plus for that same player. Why would I do this, Chig? Well, let me look at it another way. For me, if it was, say, Atletico Madrid that bidded this for Aubameyang, I'd say to myself, all right, who can I get to replace him? A certain Nicolas Pepe, maybe? And I think there would be a better balance in the team because you could put Pepe on the left, you put Lacazette up top, and whether it's Zaha or whether it's this Gremeo kid on the right-hand side, or vice versa, because I'm pretty sure Pepe plays on the right, to be fair, but he's left-footed. And Gremeo plays on the left, but he's right-footed. Gremeo, the Gremeo kid, I'm so dumb. The Everton Soares kid. Sorry, the Gremeo kid. You'll see why Gremeo is stuck in my head. I done a video about Everton Soares, and that is is scheduled, actually uploaded onto YouTube. In the next hour or so, that should be dropping. And so I've said Gremeo so many times, it's just locked in my head. So sorry about that. But yeah, going back to the story, for me, it's probably just a destabilizing story just to trigger Arsenal fans. But on the flip side to that, United are in a situation where they're trying to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. They've asked Inter for 75 million. In fact, there's a little bit of a problem with this because Inter are desperate for Lukaku, but they still have Icardi. Remember that guy? Remember Arsenal almost bought that guy? Well, yeah, he had a bit of a terrible season last year, and he's basically threatening to sit the last 2 years of his contract out. He doesn't want to go anywhere. Inter are desperate to sell him, so they figure that if they can get money for him, they can give United the money they want for Lukaku. Inter so far bidded, I think it's 60 million for Lukaku. United are after at least 75. So they're not a million miles apart. But obviously, if they get that money, they're going to immediately use it on Aubameyang. For me, I think to sell to them, it has to be a stupid bid. Yeah, I mean, it has to be a stupid bid. I mean, let's be real here. It's probably got to be 70, 80 plus for me to even consider thinking about selling to United. And even then, I'm still not comfortable. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Would you sell Pierre Emerick Aubameyang to Man United? Leave it in the comments below. Can imagine that's not going to go down well with you guys. But let me check. I'll check in the chat room shortly when I come in. Also, please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. You guys crushed that shit yesterday. So make sure you do that for me again today. I love and appreciate you guys when you do that. So thank you very much. Let's get on with my second story. And let's get on with a little bit of self-fellatio. Yep, you did not mishear me. That's right. I'm going to pat myself on my own back. And that is talking about Papu Abu Cisse. Remember this guy that I talked about 2 days ago? And you lot were like, shit, what are you talking about? Where did you get that source? Well, it's been widely reported in a few different papers today that Arsenal are after this centre-back. 6'6", plays for Olympiacos. And apparently we are ready to bid £10 million on him. 23 years old. People noted the fact that, he doesn't seem to be very quick. And it's very rare that you get a 6'6" guy that is blisteringly quick. Although having said that, Saliba's meant to be pretty fast, considering he's like 6'5" himself. I've got to admit, I'm not really seeing much of him. I can't act like I've watched Olympiacos week in, week out. But I like the idea that, all right, even if we get this Saliba guy, we're after someone else. And this someone else isn't an old defender. I just assumed that, all right, well, if we get Saliba, who's quite a young guy, and then we'll probably get a cheap defender who's probably like in their late 20s, early 30s. But no, this to me makes a lot of sense. My gosh, it's about time we start getting centre backs who are tall. I noted that some people were a bit worried that he was a bit slow, but Mustafi is not slow. That's the one thing I would say Mustafi is not. Has it helped him? A little bit. And actually, I think we do suffer for things like set pieces, defensively and offensively as well, because we don't have a lot of height in the team. So I like the fact, quite honestly, that we're being linked with big guys. Like, whether it's the Saliba, who's 6'4", 6'5", or whether it's this guy who's 6'6". I think it's about time we put some height in the team. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, for me, I think this is an important sign. Actually, weirdly enough, this is the signing that in a lot of ways I'm more excited by it, because we need defenders. We need defenders. So it's amazing that we're being linked with all these damn attacking players, but defenders is the thing that we're not focusing on. So I'm glad that at least seems to be a target. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But supposedly a bid is ready to go in, particularly in light of Koscielny debacle. It could just be that they're waiting for a bid to come in for Koscielny before bidding on this guy. I still think let's just bid on him. I wouldn't even waste any time. But that's just me. You guys let me know what you think. Again, leave it in the comments in the chat room. Leave the comments below if you're watching this in the playback. Let's talk about... Who are we going to talk about now? Everton Soares. Yes, let me talk about him. So there's some conflicting stories here with Everton Soares. The general consensus seems to be Arsenal flew some representatives over there a couple of days ago. They've been having a medical with Soares in Brazil. And there's a thought process that Edu has had a chit chat with him and has really tried to welcome him in. And we're on the verge of completing this deal. Now, let's start off positively. The positive stories that we're hearing from this is actually that Soares is going as far as to learn English. Like he's been seen by a few people taking some English classes to really, come into the country prepared, which I don't know why more players don't do that. You look at someone like Torreira, who's moaning about the weather and stuff. You're like, bro, why didn't you come in prepared to learn English? Maybe that would have helped to start off with. So yeah, I mean, so that's always a good sign if someone's doing that. Having said that, I will preface that by saying this. We were also told that Allegri was learning English. We know how that ended, right? So Arsenal fans need to calm down with that hype. But that is the stories that are happening at the moment. And like I said to you yesterday, it looks like a deal will be completed by the end of this week. Apparently. Let's see what happens. The conflicting story, this is the part that will worry people. Because Arsenal apparently has Soares as a backup to the Zaha deal. I'm going to talk about Zaha shortly. Because he's a backup to the Zaha deal, it's allowed Atletico Madrid to weave in there and see what Soares is saying. So supposedly at the moment there's an offer on the table. Apparently there is expected to be another offer to come in on the table. So if Arsenal don't move their shit as per usual, they'll lose out on what I think we can all agree is at least an exciting signing. I think a lot of I don't know about you guys. Me personally, I am much more excited by this than by Wilfried Zaha, which, by the way, apologies. I kept calling him Louis the other day. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know why I keep calling him Louis Zaha. I don't know. I know that there was a former Man United, former Fulham striker called Louis Zaha. I know that, but I don't know. Having a brain fart moment. Speaking of Wilfried Zaha, okay, let's go into this. So Wilfried Zaha has actually told Crystal Palace he wants to leave. Now, the thought process behind all of this is that everyone believes that his preference is to come to Arsenal. We know he's a lifelong Arsenal fan. He's come out and said that himself. It explains every single time we play Palace why Wilfried Zaha is on this team. Like, he's constantly auditioning to play for Arsenal when he's trying to beat us, right? Well, it's come out that he's now told Hodgson and told the club that, listen, he has no beef with Palace whatsoever. There's no personal issues with Hodgson whatsoever. But he's obviously 26 years old. He wants to just be able to prove himself at a bigger club. And I can understand that. He moved to United way too early in his career. You know, forget the fact I don't rate him for a second. He moved to United way too early in his career. That shit must bug him. It must. He must sit down and yeah, but all that happened was I ended up going to United and then came back when it didn't work out. I would have liked to have moved on to something different. You know, he tried United and that's it, and then literally went back to what he knows. You know, I get it. I do get it. You know, just like anybody who has a job, you're ambitious. You want to be able to fulfill that ambition. And Arsenal, listen, we're a fallen giant, but we're still a big club. Not as big as, we don't act very big, don't get it twisted, but we're still a big club and we're still an appealing prospect for a lot of players. So Zaha's probably sat there thinking, gosh, even if Arsenal don't come in for me, I want to show that I'm out there. I'm ready to make my next step. The truth of the matter is, unless Arsenal come in for him, I don't know who is, to be real. Liverpool don't need him. Because to be honest, I'd rather Mane than Zaha. But you guys know I don't rate Zaha, so I don't know if that's me being overly harsh. I'd rather Salah than Zaha. To be perfectly honest, I'd rather Firmino than Zaha. If you want me to be real, I don't rate Zaha, bro. I don't rate Zaha. So I don't know. To me, it's a tricky situation because he's obviously told the club he wants to leave. Now, just to add a little bit of extra spice to this, it is still the belief that Emre would prefer Zaha over Everton Soares, over any other winging option that we have, even over Pepe, apparently. Zaha is his number one winger target. I think he was so impressed by him when we played Crystal Palace in April. He's convinced that he's the answer to the problems, which is why this is taking a little bit of time to close out this Soares deal. Now, Eddie's come on board, and he's obviously very passionate to close out the Soares deal. And there is this thought process that Arsenal might do a madness and just get both of them, which may play back into the Aubameyang story, because you think, where are they going to get all this cash from? I'm just saying, I'm putting 2 and 2 and asking the question, do you think it's possible? For me, if we were to sell Aubameyang to United, the only way that Arsenal fans ain't going to storm the place is if you buy someone like Pepe. For the simple reason that I think Pepe has more goals than both of these guys. You know, and I think if you lose goals, you damn sure better replace it with goals. So that was my 2 cents on the whole matter. But I just find it funny that all these stories have come out in the last couple of hours. Right? I wonder if there is something in this. That's all. I'm just putting it out there. You guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. There was one other story I was going to talk about, and that is Dani Ceballos, the Real Madrid midfielder. That one seems to be more or less waiting to be confirmed now. The only reason I'm mentioning it to you guys today is apparently what sealed the deal was a telephone call from Emerick, a personal call from Emerick. Initially, he favoured going to Spurs, obviously due to Champions League. But Emre giving him a personal call actually made the difference. And it convinced him that actually he would like to spend the next year at the Arsenal. For me, you guys know what I think. I think the player is an excellent player. I really do. I think he's so good. And I've controversially given him the tag, the new Santi Cazorla as well. That's a big if. But yeah, I think he's an excellent player. You watch. He's going to make the Arsenal fans fall in love with him very, very quickly. Very good player, hard-working player, very industrious, likes a tackle, but is very creative as well. The man has it all. I actually don't get why Real Madrid don't. This could be a real steal. It could be a real steal. I don't get why Real Madrid are letting him go. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But let's see. Let's see. Because everyone said the same thing about Kovacic for Chelsea. And I know Chelsea ended up buying him in the end. I wasn't that impressed. I remember people were talking the talk about Kovacic. And I was like, what? This player, he's not all that. He can hit a decent pass. I didn't think he was all that, though. So I guess each to their own, right? Anyway. Let me go into the chat room. Remember to give this video a like. I'm going to pop into the chat room, have a little chit chat with you guys before I get on with my evening. I've got to find out how to do that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm not losing you. Remember, do give this video a like. Someone tweeted me earlier, where's Lee? I don't know. You know, I just asked me where's Lee, and I was like, I don't know. I know that you guys were bitching about his Wi-Fi yesterday, so you probably had that in mind and thought, you know what, fuck it. I'll do a video tomorrow. If I know him. I've not heard from him today. It's on holiday. Let him enjoy his holiday. All right. Just coming into the chat. I'm trying to fucking find myself. Also, hit that subscribe button, please. I am literally so fucking close to 5K. It's unreal. Sorry. The fucking computer's just wiling at the moment. Hold on. Ask me questions. Ask me questions. All right, finally found myself. Believe it or not, all that time was looking for myself. Ask me questions. Sorry, I'm gonna mute myself. All right, finally found. Fucking hell. Computer's on wiling. Right. Keep it up, Chig. Love your stream. Thank you, T-Riz. Appreciate it, brother. Benson stopped drunk typing. Rabadam. Thank you for the donation, brother. Thumbs up vid, guys. Yes, please do. Drive up them likes, people. 126 people, only 37 likes. I know you can do better than that. You know my rule. I stop bitching about the likes as soon as you go through 50. And there's 120 of you. I know you can conjure up some change for them likes. Soares over Zaha, to be honest. I'm with you, Benson. We're catapulted. We're capitulated, I should say. Shig, you got me starting to call him Louis. It's all part of my master plan. Chig getting a new clothing line, Louis Zaha. Listen, I ain't wouldn't mind. As long as that dough comes to me, I'm cool. Not the real Louis Zaha or Saha. Saliba confirmed. Is Saliba actually confirmed? Is he actually confirmed? Did Lee do a stream? See, I knew someone was going to ask me about Lee. That's why I answered that question real quick. I don't know. I don't know where he is. I hope he's all right. Zaha is Premier League proven. Yeah, but then Elite, here's the thing, Elite Asia Football Tour. What a name. I think there is a lot of importance placed on Premier League proven players. But at some point, you have to say to yourself, you can't miss out on a talent like Everton Soares because he's not Premier League proven. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if a player is good, they're good, regardless. You know, imagine if United never took that risk on Ronaldo. Imagine if that happened because he wasn't Premier League proven. Sometimes you just got to roll the dice. That's why you have scouts, because them scouts are supposed to be employed to tell you whether that player can work or not. Is he actually done? Because a few of you have said that now. So let me actually check if Saliba is actually done. Because then I'm going to have to fucking quickly do a welcome to Arsenal Saliba. Yo. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. You lot are winding me up. I don't see nothing. Zaha's not worth over 50 million. I'm with you, Nimsy. I'm with you. Rich Franken, 65. I don't rate Zaha one bit. Fraser's second in assists, only one behind Hazard. I'm with you, Benson, but here's the thing, and I've said this about Ryan Fraser before. I have my doubts if he can reproduce that form. I really do. That's just my very controversial opinion on that. I have my doubts. Mind you, if you said to me, would you rather ask to spend 30 million on Ryan Fraser or 70 million on Wilfried Zaha, it will be Fraser all day. It'll be Fraser all day. Not because I think Fraser's a better player, because I actually don't. But I think the risk to reward ratio is a lot better in that one than it would be in Wilfried Zaha. I actually think Wilfried Zaha is the more talented player. I don't think he's a 70 million player. I really don't. Fraser over Zaha, at least he was at United. Yeah, and look how well that landed. What was he there? 18 months before he came back? Money is the real reason. Ozzy Guna, my guy. I have a bad feeling that we'll be waiting too long for Everton. Bizarre. Do you know what I mean? I hate it when we did that. I hate it when we did that. And everyone thought that was an Arsene Wenger thing. No, it seems to be ingrained in this culture. Dithering. Fraser over Zaha any day. Keeping up shit. I love the stream. Benson stops drunk typing. Zion Cahill and Ashley Young. Oh, mate, every day you say the same shit. I'm gonna time you out, especially because none of my mods seem to be in here. You know what, Aussie Greener? Do you want to be a mod? Let me know if you want to be a mod, because I know these motherfuckers are gonna start bombarding my chat room. Let me know if you want to be a mod. Mate, Fraser's got more assists. Even asked Chick. He does. He has more assists than who? Than Zaha. He does. Oh, I got one mod in here, Sam. Oh, I know Sam will be taking it easy. Get him gone. Yeah, you're not a big fan of Uber, are you? You're not a big fan. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles is awful at right back. I'm starting to get worried about him. Because he's not a right back, bruh. He ain't a right back. He's not a right back. I'm not surprised. Fabrizio, that he'll sign a deal on Tuesday. Okay, I've not seen nothing. Bruv, you said talent, not money. For less money, you get a better player than Zaha. Benson, for me, and I've said this before, like I said, I like a hard-working player. And I do, whilst I think Zaha is the more talented player, I think ultimately at the end of the day, Fraser is the more hard-working player. And I think based on what he'll cost, he represents better value for money. So what I said doesn't conflict with that. Hope Saliba turns into Varane even better. Do you know what, Arsham? I hear you, but I just hope he turns into a good player, full stop. Full stop. Everton is younger, cheaper, and will have sell-on value. And V Roge, that is my very point. You see, for me, if you have an Everton Soares for 3 years, maybe, he gets the itch, Real Madrid comes sniffing, he's now got 2 years left in his contract, you can sell him potentially for 100 mil, should he do well. Right? I think this is the way our club has decided to run itself, in which case we as fans need to also start looking at some of these players like a commodity. And the commodity is, if we get a 70 million plus bid for Aubameyang that isn't necessarily from Man United, I consider it. Because my gut instinct says Aubameyang has what? Maybe a year and a half left being good? Maybe. I know that it feels uncomfortable selling our top scorer to anybody, never mind United. But I think it may be worth a gamble if the bid was high enough. That's just my opinion. It's not a popular one. It's probably why I've got them dislikes, but it's just my opinion. I said Louis Zaha again, didn't I? Wilfried Zaha. Damn it. Benson, chill. Isn't the answer if he says. Why do you have doubts? Just curious. Doubts over what, Solo? You did it again. I did do it again, didn't I? Apologies. I hope we don't get him. Otherwise, I have to keep saying his name is Wilfried Zaha. His name is Wilfried Zaha. Stop saying Louis Zaha. There is no Louis Zaha or Louis Zaha. There was a Louis Zaha. It's been some time since he was playing football. I would have to have that conversation with me every single day. Would I wear a Spurs shirt for 50K? Why do people keep asking me this question? Decore is so underrated. 10 rules of the game. Your boy Chig was the first one to constantly bring that up. So I wanted Decore for so long to replace Granit Xhaka. It's been unreal. Ceballos to replace Ramsey. Yeah, it's looking like it, Vishal. Looking like it. Jan Gunnar. Love Maitland-Niles, but he was on skates versus Bayern winger. We need a right back. I've said it for some time. Zaha is an overrated pineapple head. T-Riz, hey chick, if Blacker leaves, we need another striker. Who would you get? Oh, I don't know. There's not a lot out there, really. You see, for me, if Uber leaves, I'd personally go and get Pepe. That's just my view. Remember, guys, do absolutely crush and destroy that like button. 148 of you and not nearly enough likes. Please, 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 guys. Thank you so much. I know I'm bitching. I feel so. I'm here all the time. Bro, let me be a mod. Lumber Camp. I'll tell you what. I'll trial you. I'm going to trial you as a moderator. So there you go. You are now a moderator. If you get silly with it, I'll take that shit off you. We need another Santi Corzola. I agree with you. Love Nathan Niles. 2 seasons of Uber left. Exactly. Benson, let me ask you a question. What would it take for you to sell him to United? Let me ask you that question. Do you know what? Jocks, I respect your opinion. Because to be fair, you've not got silly with it. You disagree with me completely, and that is completely okay. That is completely fine. I am just explaining to you my logic. My logic is he's 30 years old now. Yes, I understand he's just scored the Golden Boot. Be honest with yourself. Do you see him getting better than this? I don't think he does. And I think if we were to get, not from United, it needs to be towards that £100 million mark. I agree with you. But if another club from abroad came in and said, let's be real here, 75 million for Aubameyang, I'll take it. I'll be honest with you, I'd take it. I would because I'd want us to get someone younger, more clinical, and someone that I think would add a better balance to the team. To be honest, that's just my view. You don't necessarily need to agree with it. And I sense by the dislikes I'm getting, I definitely know that people are disagreeing with it. And that's all right. But for United, yes, I 100% agree. For United to come and get Uber, he 100% needs to be closer to that 100 million mark for me to even consider it. I 100% agree with you there. I'm just being real with you. I'm looking at this with foresight that, yes, we are a club that is, whether we like it or not, self-sufficient, ran with money that we make. So if we get an offer for an aging footballer that won't get any better than they are now, heavily relies on their speed, and their speed is only going to start declining within the next year or two, I'd take the offer. Sue me. That's just my opinion. Just say Zaha, forget his first name. Yeah, Vivi, I'm going to start doing that. Real talk. Thank you for the donation as well. Thank you. Imagine we had Nabry on the wing still. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just one of those ones where people just have to say, it's a heavy loss, but it's a loss. And we just have to take it on the chin and move on. I think people are too besotted over that. Oh, but what if we kept Nabry thing? You know, these things happen sometimes. Also, should sell Ozil and Bisco. Well, that would be a fantastic. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, This video is sponsored by Louis Zaha, available at Tesco's. If only it was. If only it was. Yeah, I know. Hermoso has been sold today. I was gutted. I even put a tweet up saying this is a fantastic purchase by Atletico Madrid and a major miss for us. I think he's an excellent player. Excellent player. And Manolas, I don't rate Manolas as high as some of you, man, but I think he's a good player. He's certainly better than the dross we have. Yeah, see, Benson, I wouldn't go as far as that, but yes. The Greek Mustafi, yes. Zaha wants to leave. It's up to us to make the deal happen. From Majib. What did Uber do in the biggest stage? And there you go. And Nimsy with the slam dunk. That's exactly my point. You see, I think Aubameyang does excellently well against the smaller teams. How many times have we said that about our players? But when it comes to when we need him, not so much. And I think if we get a massive offer from him abroad, I would take it. And if we got a crazy offer from him from United, to be honest, I'd take that as well. Big up, Danny. You know what, Danny? I'm actually going to make you a mod as well because you are one of the good ones. One of the trusted folk. So there you go. Mod as well. Y'all are tripping, bruh. Rich Franklin. Mr. Franklin's in the house. Uber hides in big dance. You see what I'm saying? Some people are honest with themselves. Some people are honest with themselves. Some are like uncomfortable with the idea. People are sat there like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Normally I like you, but no, you're way off with this thing. You're way off. And I get it. Everyone is allowed their opinion. No problem if you don't agree with me. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Should have kept Chesney. Yep. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Ollie, Tottenham, don't forget. Ollie, are you a Tottenham fan? You are welcome. I can't promise that everyone else will feel the same way, but you are welcome. That old stuff is played out. He's 30, not 44. You are absolutely right if he was the type of player that relies on anything else but his pace. Once that pace goes, I very much doubt how good he'll be. Like I have some major concerns about him because he's not the most clinical. He isn't. I don't care what anyone says. He isn't. He's clearly a very intelligent footballer, so he knows how to make space for himself. He knows how to. His movement is second to none. His attacking movement is second to none. I'll give you that. But once that pace goes, I think you're looking at a very average striker. That's just my opinion. You don't need to agree. Not an issue at all. Vardy. Yeah, Vardy's still keeping himself in good shape. I think that's a good comparison. But how many Vardys are there, Rich? How many? That's all I'm saying. How many are there? Vardy's a good comparison, though. I'll give you that. Shig, did I add you on Twitter? No, I didn't. Not yet, mate. I don't use Twitter a lot, though. That's the only reason. I literally post my shit and then come offline. That's literally all I do. I don't try and get into debates with people. People are ridiculous on Twitter. It was the only reason we got there and finished 5th. So, okay, if you want to blame the service, no problem. Listen, everybody has an opinion. It's all right. This is what debating is all about. I'm all for a debate. I've given you my reason as to why I'd sell him. No problem. If you feel that, well, his goals got us to 5th, so it doesn't make sense to sell him, I get you. Listen, don't get it twisted. I want to sell him for no reason. I'm replacing goals with goals. It's all I'm doing is I'm making the team more balanced. So I wouldn't do it unless I know I can get, for example, Pepe. If I knew I can get Pepe, then yes, I'd consider selling. But again, just in case you're late to the party, that doesn't mean I take United's offer. Not at 62. If I'm selling to United, it needs to be closer to 100. Please don't get it twisted. But I'm talking about abroad, I'd take 75. I'll be honest. I'd take 75. A 70 to... So that is a good question. Would you take 70 million plus Martial? I know a lot of Arsenal fans will rate Martial. Would you guys take that? Chig, am I on Insta? Yes, I am. All my links are in my description below. My Twitter handle, my Insta, and my Patreon. Just putting that out there. What do I think of Tottenham? Absolutely shit, Benson. Has Cos been punished yet? I would imagine it would have probably happened by now. I would imagine so. Uber sitter misser. Exactly. Yeah, I use Facebook more as well, Danny. And the irony is, Danny, I say I use Facebook more. I don't really post on Facebook, but I do I'm on a number of Arsenal groups and forums and shit, and yeah, I'm active on Facebook. I don't post on Facebook, but I'm active on Facebook. Whereas I post on Twitter, but I'm not active on Twitter. I literally do my shit and then bounce. Did I watch yesterday's game? No, not yet, VP. I will do, though. I will do. All right, guys. I'm going to 9:30, and then I'm out of here. For literally 8 minutes. 8 or 7 minutes now, and I'm gone. All right? 7 minutes. I'll take 50 million and Martial. Oh, would you? Okay. Interesting, Nanny. Interesting. Uber would suit Atletico Madrid. He would. He would. If you're on Instagram, you're gay. Oh dear. Why? Mods, this Jackie Maines comment right here. This is the sort of idiot that you just put on timeout. Let him think about what he said. And then if they come back and they're still not on some bullshit, then you ban them all together. Come on, mods. There's like 4 of you in here. Yeah, Kotzi, you probably captured the feeling of a lot of fans right here. Can't let Aubameyang go to United. Stop selling to our rivals. That is the one thing that would make me hesitate. It's just this idea of giving them another person who's supposedly our top scorer to United. Well, there's no supposed about it. He is our top scorer to United. It don't sit right with me after RVP. And all right, yes, the Sanchez deal didn't work out, but fuck me, that was a hell of a risk. So it don't really seem right. Overtime fund. Thank you, VP. As VP well knows, the super chat is always open. That weird $ at the bottom of the chat box is how VP does it. So if you guys ever want to drop a donation, that is how you do it. I know people have, believe it or not, people do ask, like, how do you donate? That weird S sign is where if you hover over it, it'll say, so show support for Green and Eagle Eye. That one. Don't have to. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want any Man United rejects like Martial. What do you think about Pochettino? Do you think the media overrates him a lot? Yeah. He isn't one shit. But they treat him like Jesus Christ. Yeah, absolutely. Laka should be captain this year. Yeah, I'd be much more happier than the choices they've come out with is Mesut Ozil, Granit Xhaka, and Nacho Monreal. I love Nacho, but let's be fucking real. He'll be lucky to still be at the club next year. Come on. You guys aren't serious. Uber is way better than Martial. To be honest, Brandon, I agree with you. I like Martial, but I agree with you. Shout out to Fake Chig if he's in here. No, don't encourage them, Rabitam. But thank you, brother. Appreciate the donation. By the way, out of curiosity, Rabadam, what does NOK actually mean? I've always wondered. 4 minutes, guys, and I'm out. 4 minutes. What do I think about our playing style now? Provided that Emre could get the players that he wants, I actually don't mind it. I don't mind a little bit of hard working, and I know industrious isn't necessarily attractive, but if it starts to produce results, I'm all right with it. Yeah, go. I like that handle. Go away. Go away. I know it's. Don't get it twisted. I know it's. I know it's currency. I'm just wondering what type of currency. Norwegian Corona. Okay. Some knowledgeable people there. Okay. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. Thank you, Rabada. Rich Franklin, Eddie Nketiah to stay. I'd be all right if he stays or goes out on loan. To be fair, he looks hungry. That I do like. So far, so good, pre-season wise. Liverpool are incredibly industrial. We need to be hardworking, and there you fucking go, Brandon with the home run right there. I've said that for time because people are talking about, oh, well, we're not the old Arsenal, we're not attractive. Oh, yeah, because Wenger's attractiveness brought us so much success, didn't it? It did initially, but then it didn't, to the point where the attractiveness actually got boring because it weren't producing any results. Whereas Liverpool, they look like a dangerous side. They look like the best way I could possibly put it. And if you're not a boxing fan, I apologize. But if you're a boxing fan, you'll appreciate this comparison. And that is Dillian White, right? Dillian White is about to fight a hell of a fighter in Oscar Rivas, right? Dangerous, beat Andy Ruiz as an amateur, has beat some real like top heavyweights as an amateur. Currently undefeated. He ain't necessarily the prettiest on the eye. I'm not necessarily talking about aesthetically like Andy Ruiz, but fighting style. He's not going to be a Floyd Mayweather. He's not going to be one of these guys that's going to be slick, in and out of range, shit like that. But what he's going to be doing is in your face all the time, constantly, and making it difficult. And spoiler alert, because I don't know if me and Ola are actually doing a show tomorrow, but spoiler alert, I'm picking Dillian White to lose this fight because I just think he'll be outworked. And Colombians don't play apart from anything. And I'm just being real. I want my Arsenal team to work hard. I don't think that is a bad thing. That's all I'm saying. White is a madman because he's the one that picked him. He picked him. Watching you and watching LFC training. I don't know how this has happened, VP, but you are literally my most loyal fan and you're a Liverpool fan. It makes no sense. Followed by Rabadam, who's also a Liverpool fan. Makes no sense. I need a girl to love me the way you two love this channel, I'll tell you. It's time to invade KSC. Oh my gosh, them talks. Announce the Salah bill deal, chick. Right, you're like the fifth person that said that the Saliba deal is done. I don't see nothing on there. I'm going to answer Hercules, right? So Hercules and Tony, I can't remember what you said. You said something that wound me up. So I put you on a timeout. I didn't ban you, otherwise you wouldn't be in here. If I banned you, you would not be in here right now. I'll just put you on a timeout because you said something. I can't even remember at the time. But I just thought, you know what? Let me give you 5 minutes to think about that comment. So I did that to you. Your mods didn't do that to you. I did that to you. Because you said something that was offensive. Jamie Wallace. Everyone always moans that we have players with no sell-on value. Sometimes you have to put the club's future first, and we need to strengthen in so many areas. Not a popular opinion, but I would sell. That's an interesting perspective. But Jamie, let me ask you this. Would you sell for the 62? Would you ask for more? Because if we're selling to United, we better ask for more than this. Much more than this. I said I'd go by now. It's 9:31. I know. Fuck it. I'm enjoying myself. Let's do 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. 9:40. 9:40, and I promise I'm going. 9:40, and I'm going. 9:40, and I'm going. No problem, Hercules. And that's why I didn't ban you. Because I know you didn't mean it. Like Michael said, I can't actually remember what it is, but if I thought it was that bad, you would not be in here now. So don't worry about it. It's forgotten. Oh, DJ Fury in the house. Oh, my man, you're definitely a mod. You're definitely a mod. You are definitely a mod. 100%. My video just dropped. Oh, did it? There you go. So apparently, according to VP, which of course, yeah, it did, my Chiggy wish list video dropped as to why I would buy Everton Soares. So do check that out if you want to know. Loyal, the ones who denote you the most are loyal. But that's the thing. And they're not Arsenal fans. Put you man to shame when it comes to that donating thing. I'm just saying. But thank you for the donation, VP. Appreciate it. Willock seems to have the energy, the engine, and the finishing and tackling ability. I must admit, 10 Rules, I'm very impressed with what I see from Willock pre-season. Because if you ask me who would I have replaced Ramsey internally, I'd have picked Emil Smith-Rowe. I still think long-term, that is what we're going to do. But so far, Willock has said, no, I want that place. Fair play to him. He looks like he's taking the chance that his brother Chris couldn't be bothered to wait for. Don't worry, Chick. Arsenal fans love you too. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I know you have. That's why I made you mod. I always forget to make you mod, Fury. That's the only reason. I always forget. Extra overtime fun. Thank you, VP. I'm off for a spliff. Later, goodness. See you later, Limsey. Thanks for the overtime, team. My brother. Thank you, Yank. Appreciate it, man. Iffy, what do you think of Cisse in general? I haven't seen many videos of him. From literally the videos I've seen, he's decent. I don't think he's amazing, but he's decent. I'd like someone different just to fit in that team. And a 6'6" black guy sounds like the trick to me. I'm all for it, yo. All for it. Like I said, Guna channels are the best. Thank you, Rabadam. Thank you, brother. Chig, all the deals I personally want are kind of going quiet. Everton, tyranny, I'm worried. Actually, Ozzy, that's probably a good thing. Because Arsenal do deals when it starts to go quiet. When it's loud, more often than not, Look at the Ozil one. No one had a clue about that deal until I remember it was like 24 hours before he actually signed. And I was like, there's no, I'll be honest, if I was doing the show then, this was in 2013, I would have done a show saying there is, literally would have been titled, there is no fucking way we're getting Mesut Ozil. I remember being so excited when I saw him on deadline day. I was like, what? So yeah, these things do happen when it goes quiet. Where's the African Nations Cup final? Well, we secured third place yesterday. So I think it's Saturday. I think it's Saturday. What up, Quez? I'm gonna call you Quez because I'm gonna butcher the rest of your name. Pepe or Zaha? It'd be Pepe all day, bro. Come on now. Chig, I agree with Rabadan. Well, we're happy to entertain you and Rabadan, VP. We keep quiet like a mouse, exactly. Do you know what? One more mod. Here we go. Ozzy, you're a good guy. There you go. Kelly Johnson, it's Friday. What's Friday in your area? Well, happy Friday to you. I hope you enjoy yourself. Don Shiggy Smalls. Albino in the number 8 or number 10? Number 10 for me. Number 10 for me. I don't think he's defensively good enough to be number 8. But number 10, 100%. Senegal to win final. Yeah. Let's back them. Yeah. To be honest, I was going to say Algeria. I'm being honest. I was going to say Algeria. I think they've got good players. But I'm going to back Senegal. Fuck it. I don't want Zaha either. He has just put in a request at 3 p.m. Yeah, I know. I heard. Still think we need a wide player who stretches the pitch and doesn't cut inside. And that's the thing, 10 rules. That's the only attribute that I think Zaha has over the rest of them. He does that. He stretches players, goes to the byline. Why not Mahrez? Oh, gosh, I wish. No, I'll tell you who wishes. Lee wishes. We'll get Lee started when it comes to Mahrez. Trust. Ziyech all day, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind trying Iwobi in number 8 either, Danny. That's the time to try it in pre-season. See what works, what doesn't. Do you think we could get Zaha now? He's handed his transfer request. I think it will lower their demands to about 80 million. I honestly think we could get him for 70, but it's just, do you pay 70 for a 26-year-old player who's not going to get much better? Or do you pay much less for a Brazilian player, albeit unproven, but that has a high ceiling? I know which one I'd do. Chig, who would be your 3 signings in and out if you were limited to that? If I was limited to 3, Aussie, it would be Tierney. It would be Dan Axel from Dortmund. Fuck the Saliba deal. And it would be Soares. Those would be my 3. Mister, it's Chig, not Ching. And yes, I just talked about that story. I literally just talked about that story. Lee's been quiet all day, no uploads. Probably the wife, bro, he's on holiday. Let him enjoy his holiday. Listen, for me, I already told him, you need to be taking it easy. Relax. You're on holiday. I'm as all about this work life. I wasn't surprised when I saw no video from him. Probably because he recognized yesterday his Wi-Fi wasn't great. He probably saw that and just thought, you know what, let me chill today, man. I'm on holiday. Let me relax. He'll be back tomorrow, no doubt. Knowing him, he'll be back tomorrow. Everton all day. Good evening, Chig. Good evening, Anthony. I'm about to kick out, though. No, I'm definitely not going to do my hair like Meza. But thank you so much for all of you that have been watching the vid. Almost 160 of you watching live. Please do crush that like button. I'll be back tomorrow, as usual, with another vid where hopefully I'm confirming something. That's what I want to be doing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm oh so close. So close to 5K. That was my pre-season target. To get that before the start of next season, 5K. It looks like I'm heading there, but I've just started to stutter. I need you guys to just continue driving me through. About the last time I looked, I was 33 subs from 5K. So help me with that, guys. I know at least 30% of you who watched the video aren't subscribed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And like VP says, yes, I bet Lee is concentrating kidnapping Messi. Thank you for the donation, VP. All right. I'm out of here, people. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. It's Friday tomorrow. So I'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Check out my video also, Chiggy's Wish List. It literally just dropped. Check that out. Peace.